Chosen one, you are a mystery. You are not an ordinary person, not a coincidence, not a forgotten piece. No, you are chosen. Your existence has been processed like a project, almost coded into destiny. You are not someone to be wasted so easily. They lied to you, tried to make you forget, and wanted you to see yourself as ordinary. But the real power within you is awakening. This world does not understand you because you do not belong to it. Your codes were written differently. Your soul was downloaded here from another dimension, and now your time has come. Are there difficulties? Obstacles? These are signs that you are special. If you were ordinary, you would not face so much pressure. But know this, they cannot stop you. You are part of a reality bigger than any government project. Those who try to intimidate or control you will lose because the power within you is now awakened, and there is no going back. Take the first step to reveal this awakened power by writing 77 in the comments. Get ready, because the world is not yet ready to see your true power. When they thought their words would silence you, they unknowingly set the stage for their own defeat. Their attempts to bring you down will be the cause of their unraveling. This is not fate or chance, it is divine intervention. The universe has risen to turn every false accusation and malicious whisper into forces that will bring about their downfall. Hold fast, for what is coming is a reversal of fortune. Those who tried to diminish your light will now be the architects of their own collapse. The moment of your undeniable success is arriving. The laws of truth and justice are relentless. As it is written, those who plot in darkness will be undone by their own schemes. This is not a gradual unraveling, but an instant and overwhelming defeat. Their lies, once shrouded in secrecy, will be exposed to the light, and with it comes the collapse of everything they've built. The very core of their deception will give way under the scrutiny of truth. This is not just the exposure of falsehoods, but the complete disintegration of their credibility. Watch as their foundation crumbles and their web of lies falls apart. The turn of events will testify to the fact that your strength does not come from fighting back, but from standing firm in the face of adversity. What was designed to drag you down will only lift you higher. Every attempt to diminish your spirit will showcase your resilience for all to see. Their negativity and attacks have become a springboard for your rise, strengthening your position and amplifying your truth. It is not through conflict that you will emerge victorious, but because their own actions have brought them to their end. The consequences of their deceit are inevitable, and their downfall is a direct result of their own efforts. History has shown that those who seek to destroy righteousness often end up destroying themselves. Take, for instance, the tale of Haman, whose desire to see his enemies destroyed led to his own downfall. His plans backfired spectacularly, as his own hands became the instruments of his demise. Similarly, those who tried to suppress the truth and eliminate divine power often found their efforts only magnifying it. The Pharisees believed they could silence Jesus by crucifying him, but their actions fulfilled divine prophecy and cemented his legacy. You can never fight against what is meant to be, for in the end, truth and purpose will always prevail. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thanks button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Words once spoken carry consequences. Those who manipulate others through lies will eventually see the truth turn back on them. Their deceit, their efforts to harm, will unravel their own lives. It is through integrity that lies are disarmed. By staying true to your purpose, you render their words meaningless. The serpent's tongue can only succeed as long as it remains hidden in the shadows, but once exposed, its power dissipates like smoke in the wind. The truth is inevitable, and no falsehood can ever change what is divinely destined. Their plans are far from clumsy. They are meticulously crafted, designed with precision to wear you down slowly. The goal is not merely to disrupt your daily life, but to erode your belief in your purpose. to separate you from your divine path. But understand this: their approach is doomed to fail. You possess the strength of focus, an unwavering dedication to your mission, and this becomes your defense. Their words falter when confronted with truth, and their distractions cannot break the unshakable foundation of your resolve. The signs of their attack are clear. Just as you're on the verge of a breakthrough, conflicts crop up from nowhere. Minor issues emerge without warning, and distractions seek to pull you away from your focus. These are not accidents, but calculated interruptions. They aim to distract you, to siphon your energy into repairing what they've caused, rather than allowing you to move forward. Lies do not persist because they hold more weight than truth, but because the mind is often fertile ground for deception. Truth, however, endures through every challenge. By declaring, "I am not bound by others' perceptions of me," you are already victorious. Falsehoods are powerful only when they prey on the doubts of others. Lies thrive in an environment of insecurity, where they latch onto the fear of being seen as different or standing alone. Yet truth remains unshaken, its foundation solid no matter the winds that try to topple it. My friend, life is like a mighty oak tree standing tall in the storm. The winds may rage, the rain may fall, and the sky may darken, but that tree doesn't break. Why? Because its roots run deep, its foundation is strong. And just like that tree, you were made to stand firm. You were not placed here to be shaken by every passing storm, by the voices of doubt, or by the attacks of those who don't understand your calling. No, you were placed here to rise, to endure, and to walk in the fullness of what God has spoken over your life. Let me tell you something. The attacks you face are not just about where you are right now. No, they are about where you are going. The enemy doesn't come after something that has no value. If you weren't carrying something powerful, something anointed, why would the forces of deception even bother with you? The enemy always fights the hardest when they know they're losing ground. And let me tell you, they're losing ground in your life. The lies, the whispers, the opposition, those are nothing but distractions trying to shake you from your destiny. Deceit thrives in the shadows, feeding on fear, insecurity, and doubt. It twists the truth, preying on human weakness, hoping that if it shouts loud enough, you'll start to believe it. But listen, the truth is unyielding. The truth is like the morning sun. No matter how long the night may seem, dawn is always coming. Lies may feel powerful in the moment, but they are fragile, paper-thin illusions that cannot stand when the light of truth shines upon them. And here's the beautiful thing. Your steadiness, your resilience, your refusal to back down, that's what exposes the lies for what they are. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to defend yourself against every falsehood. Just keep standing, keep walking, and keep holding on to the truth. Because the truth is doing the work for you. It's like when a farmer plants a seed. They don't have to fight the darkness of the soil or argue with the dirt. They know that what's inside the seed will push through. And my friend, what's inside you is greater than anything trying to hold you down. The truth that is in you, the purpose that is in you, it will rise. There are people who don't understand you, who misunderstand your motives, who twist your words, and who try to diminish your calling. But let me remind you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, not one. The word doesn't say the weapons won't form, it says they won't prosper. That means the attacks may come, but they won't succeed. They won't break you, and they won't stop the purpose that has already been set into motion in your life. The people who spread lies, who gossip, who try to bring you down, they are fighting a losing battle. They may think they're winning, they may think they've got the upper hand, but what they don't realize is that every falsehood, every attack, every scheme is only making your testimony stronger. It's only preparing you for the greater things that are ahead. God does not waste a battle. Every challenge, every trial, every opposition is shaping you. It's building endurance, strengthening your faith, and deepening your roots so that when the storm passes, and it will pass, you'll still be standing, and not just standing, but thriving. So let them talk, let them scheme, let them try to shake you. You don't have to defend yourself because truth defends itself. The same way the morning sun doesn't have to prove itself to the darkness, The same way a seed doesn't have to explain to the dirt what it's about to become. Your destiny will unfold before their eyes. There will come a day when those who spoke against you, those who doubted you, those who tried to stop you will have to step back and say, "Look at what the Lord has done." So hold your head high, walk in confidence. Know that what is ahead of you is greater than what is behind you. The truth will always rise. The purpose in you will always come to pass. And when the dust settles, you'll still be standing, stronger, wiser, and victorious, because that's who you were made to be. My friend, life is like a river. A river doesn't ask permission to flow. It doesn't stop because of a rock in its path. It doesn't turn around because someone thinks it shouldn't be there. No, it keeps moving forward. It finds a way. It carves through mountains, breaks through barriers, and shapes the very landscape it moves through. And just like that river, you were made to keep flowing. The obstacles in your path aren't stopping you. They are shaping you. They are refining you, proving the power of the one who has called you forward. And here's what I know. The unmistakable proof of your divine vindication is coming. Not in the form of arguments won or battles fought, but in the form of undeniable favor. What was meant to hold you back is going to launch you forward. What was spoken against you will turn into the very testimony that sets you apart. People may have counted you out. They may have thought they could bury you in doubt, in gossip, in obstacles designed to wear you down. But what they didn't realize is that you are like a seed planted, not buried. And a seed in the right soil, under the right conditions, doesn't stay hidden forever. No, it grows. It pushes through. It breaks the surface and reaches for the light. And that is exactly what is happening in your life right now. Doors are opening. Opportunities are arising in places where there seemed to be no way. Relationships that felt strained will be healed. Strength will return, not just restored, but reinforced, unshakable. You won't just make it through. You'll come out stronger, wiser, and more favored than before. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I'm here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we make, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thanks button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Let me tell you something. Favor isn't fair. When God puts His hand on your life, it doesn't matter what others have said or done against you. His blessings don't need approval from anyone else. You don't need validation from those who tried to bring you down. Your success, your breakthrough, your elevation will be the proof. Some people thought they had the power to write the ending of your story, but they forgot that the pen was never in their hands. They tried to silence you, but now they will have to watch as you rise. And listen to me. The silence they experience won't be because of your retaliation. We don't fight battles the way the world does. No, their silence will come because truth has a way of standing on its own. The consequences of deception always come back to the deceiver. Those who built their case against you on lies will see their own words unravel. What they constructed in secrecy will be exposed in the light. And it won't be because you fought to make it happen. It will be the natural consequence of their own choices. Just like darkness cannot stand when the sun rises, falsehood cannot survive when truth steps in. The schemes of those who worked against you were never strong enough to stop what God had already ordained. And my friend, the beauty of it is that you don't even have to focus on them. You don't have to worry about setting the record straight. You don't have to convince anyone of who you are. Your life will speak for itself. Your journey, your resilience, your ability to stand firm in the face of adversity, that will be your testimony. Life is like a great eagle soaring through the sky. An eagle doesn't waste its time chasing after small birds that try to peck at it. It doesn't flap around trying to fight off every little distraction. No, it spreads its wings and rises higher. It catches the wind and soars where the smaller birds cannot follow. That's you. You were made to soar. You were never meant to stay on the ground, pecking around with those who have no vision, no faith, no understanding of what God is doing in your life. And just like that eagle, you are rising. It's like a runner in a race. When an opponent tries to distract them, to throw them off course, what does the runner do? They don't stop to argue. They don't look to the side and lose focus. No, they keep their eyes on the finish line. They press forward. They run their race. And that is exactly what you are doing. You see, the enemy doesn't attack what isn't a threat. The battles you have faced, the opposition that has come against you, it's not because you are weak. It's because you are strong. It's because your destiny is too big to be ignored. The attacks you have endured are proof that you are carrying something powerful, something anointed, something that was never meant to be ordinary. But here's the good news. No weapon formed against you will prosper. That means the storms may come, the critics may rise, the obstacles may seem overwhelming, but none of it can stop what God has already ordained for you. What God has blessed, no one can curse. What He has set in motion, no force of darkness can derail. Think about a tree in the middle of a storm. The wind howls, the rain beats down, the branches sway, but the roots hold firm. And that's you. You are rooted, grounded in something deeper than temporary trials. And because of that, you are not just surviving. You are growing. The distractions, the lies, the naysayers, they are just noise. That's all they are. And noise cannot stop destiny. Opinions cannot rewrite what God has spoken over your life. What's ahead of you is far greater than anything behind you. That's why the enemy wants you looking back, second-guessing, sidetracked. But let me remind you, my friend, you are on a path that has already been cleared. You don't have to fight for what is already yours. You don't have to convince anyone of what God is doing in your life. The evidence will speak for itself. Success is coming. Breakthrough is coming. Restoration is coming. And it's not because of luck or chance. It's because of faithfulness. Because you didn't quit when others did. Because you kept believing when it would have been easier to give up. Because you stayed in the race when others fell by the wayside. And when your breakthrough comes, the ones who doubted, the ones who gossiped, the ones who tried to hold you back, they will have to sit back and watch as you rise. But here's the beautiful thing. You won't have to gloat. You won't have to say a word, because success, favor, and divine blessing will be the loudest testimony of all. You are like gold in the fire, purified, strengthened, unstoppable. My friend, gold doesn't start out shining. It doesn't come out of the ground ready to wear. No, gold has to go through the fire. It has to be purified, refined, melted down so that every impurity, every weakness, everything that doesn't belong is burned away. And do you know what happens after that? It becomes stronger. It shines brighter. It steps into its full value. That's you. You have walked through the fire. You have been tested, pressed, challenged. But hear me today. That fire wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you. It was meant to burn away the doubt, the fear, the voices that said you weren't enough. It was meant to prepare you for the place God has already set aside for you. And that's why I want to remind you of Joseph. His own brothers, the people who should have loved him, should have protected him, threw him into a pit. They betrayed him, sold him into slavery, tried to erase him from the story. But what they didn't understand was that the pit was just part of the plan. What they meant for harm, God used for good. Joseph went through trial after trial. He faced false accusations, sat in prison for years, but he never lost sight of who he was. And when the time was right, when the season of testing was over, Joseph didn't just rise. He ruled. He stepped into the very thing that had been promised to him. And here's the part I love. Those same brothers who threw them into the pit, they had to come to them for help. They had to watch as the very person they tried to destroy was the one God raised up. That's how God works. Listen to me. You may have been thrown into some pits in life. People may have tried to write you off. Maybe they lied about you. Maybe they turned their backs on you. Maybe they looked at you and said, they'll never make it. But they don't get to write your story. They don't have the final say. What they meant to break you, God is using to build you. What they thought would silence you, God is turning into a testimony that will be heard far and wide. The very people who doubted you, who counted you out, who spoke against you, they will have to stand back and watch as you step into the blessing, the favor, the purpose that was meant for you all along. And let me tell you something, you won't even need to fight. You don't have to seek revenge. You don't have to go back and prove your worth. No, just stay faithful. Keep walking forward. Keep trusting. Keep believing. At the right time, in the right moment, God will do the work for you. That is what is happening in your life. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to defend yourself against every accusation. You don't have to waste your energy on people who are determined to misunderstand you. No, just keep walking. Just keep standing. The proof of who you are, the proof of what God is doing in your life will be undeniable. When you step into that season of blessing, when the doors open, when the opportunities arise, when the favor starts flowing, you won't even need to say a word. Success will be your response. Blessings will be your testimony. Favor will be your proof. What was meant to harm you will become your greatest setup. So, hold your head high. Keep moving forward. Your pit season is not permanent. Your prison season is not your final chapter. You are stepping into a season of restoration, promotion, and victory. And when it happens, even those who tried to stop you will have no choice but to see the goodness of God at work in your life. That's the power of divine favor. That's what happens when God's hand is on your life. So, let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them say what they will. It doesn't change the outcome. It doesn't change what has already been written about you in heaven. You're stepping into a season where doors will open that no man can shut, where opportunities will appear that you didn't even ask for, where people will suddenly recognize what was inside of you all along. Now is the time to share God's blessings. By clicking the super thank you button on YouTube, you can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity. I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing are on your every step. With every donation, you become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. And when you stand in that place of blessing, when you look back at the battles you fought, you'll realize every storm, every setback, every struggle was worth it. Because it wasn't breaking you, it was making you. It wasn't delaying you, it was preparing you. So, keep soaring, my friend. Keep running your race. Keep holding on to the truth. Because the finish line isn't just ahead of you, it's already been won. You're not just surviving this season, you are thriving in it. You are stepping into something greater than you could have imagined. What looked like a setback was really a setup for something bigger. What felt like rejection was actually divine redirection. And when people see you now, when they see the favor on your life, they will have no choice but to acknowledge that something greater was at work, that you weren't just lucky, that you weren't just determined, that you were covered, that you were chosen, that you were being guided every step of the way. So, my friend, hold your head high. Walk forward in confidence. The path before you is clear. The obstacles that once stood in your way are being removed. The voices that once tried to discourage you are fading. And what remains? The undeniable truth that no attack, no lie, no weapon formed against you has been able to prosper. And now, it's your time to rise. In the midst of adversity, you discover unexpected blessings. Your spiritual growth deepens. Your strength grows unbreakable. Your connection to a higher power becomes undeniable. These trials, though difficult, are refining you, shaping you into someone who carries a powerful story. This journey will become an inspiration to others. Proof that resilience in the face of adversity leads to greater purpose. You are on a path that was chosen for you, and your victory is certain. Stand tall in your truth. Let your life serve as a beacon of the transformative power of faith and purpose. Your journey will light the way for others, showing that no matter the challenges faced, those who hold true to their mission will always prevail.